Hello, 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 my crafty friends. Long time no visit. I'm super excited about today's video. I hope that I can load this rather quickly. Yes, Diamond Dies, in case you have not heard, has finally released their latest and new dies, and you're going to love them. Just when I thought that Dee could not outdo herself, yes, she's done it again. I want to share some information with you guys before I get into the dies. And before I share with you a quick project that I already finished, something that I needed, and I used only my diamond dies to do it. One of the things that I wanted to make mention of diamond dies, if this is the first time that you're watching a video of diamond dies project or release on my channel, I wanted to give you a few details about these dies because it's been a little while since I've mentioned some of these things. Well, first of all, as you can see by the label here, diamond dies are compatible with all die cutting machines, meaning you can use them on any die machine you want. They will cut through anything. Most of the dies, if not all the dies, can cut through chipboard, cardstock, vinyl. I'm just naming some of the things that I've cut with it. Several layers of cardstock at the same time. I've cut the fun foam. I've cut the cork paper. I've even used it on that. I've even cut felt. So I just love that. The other thing I love about the dies, and I love my lawn fawn dies and all my other dies, I really do, but one of the things that I love the most about diamond dies, and it especially helps someone like me out who doesn't have a lot of mobility with her hands anymore, you don't have to cut them apart. They don't come attached. So you don't have to get the little snips, and you don't have to cut them apart, and then you have all these little pieces that are hanging off the dies that you kind of stab and poke yourself with. None of that. None of diamond die dies do you have to cut apart, which I love. You just take them straight out the package and you use them 1, 2, 3. So I do love that. And the other thing that I love the most about diamond dies is their nesting die sets. Their nesting die sets are, to me, the best nesting dies out there, bar none. Several reasons. Well, first of all, the largest die, and I've noticed this about Dee when she does her nesting dies, with the exception of the ticket nesting die set, and that was meant to be small because it is the ticket. When she does the large ones, she goes as far as the machine will allow her to go, meaning the width that goes across is about if I'm not mistaken, 5 3/4 width span on the machine when you insert your dies, not horizontally, vertically, the width. This right here, this particular die, is 5.5 inches long. So because it is a square, that means it's also 5.5 squared. But I'm not concerned so much with the length, more the width. The width is what I'm talking about. So it always makes her nesting dies the largest dies out there, meaning the regular size nesting dies. Now, of course, if you buy a grand caliber and you buy the grand caliber dies, which are meant to be larger than the regular dies that are out there, the die cutting machine, that's why it's called grand, that's a different story. I'm not talking about those. I'm talking about the regular size dies for the regular size die cutting machine. This is as big as you get. Not only that, she gives us 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's usually 8 or better. I will have to say that none of her nesting sets have less than 8, which is a blessing, especially when you have these decorative nesting dies, and I'm going to get into that in a second because I'm so excited that she did this. Yay! Okay, so I just wanted to give you that little bit of information in case, like I said, this is the first time that you have come to my channel and you hear me talking about diamond dies. The other few things that I want to mention is, if you decide to purchase any dies over at the Diamond Die store, please use my coupon code Thanks Laura, and you will receive 10% off your total purchase order. So wherever it says little coupon code box, just punch in Thanks Laura and you'll get an additional 10% off. Also, I want to remind you that all orders that are $35 or more will ship for free, whether you're in the US or international. So let me get to what I wanted to share with you. Some of the little die cuts I made already, and I'm going to do the nesting die sets first because I'm telling you, I am so super excited over these. So this is the cross stitch square die set, and like I said, it's so big. Look, even the paper, it's bigger than the paper. I am so excited about this. This is going to make great layouts. Great for layouts, great for cards, great for any little project that you have. I'm already working on something, and I already started playing with these, which is why they're opened and out of the package. Well, actually I played with all of them already except for the circles. So this is the square, and I don't know if you can see that, but I have cut this out already. Talk about deep stitching, and you have the little crisscross going all the way around, and I just love, like I said, the biggest is 5.5 squared, which is, it's crazy. It's crazy that she makes it that big for us, especially for those of us who love making 5.5 by 5.5 cards. This is going to be the nesting set for you for sure. And that wasn't the only one she just released. She also released the circle. And this also has the crisscross going all the way around. And again, beautiful, beautiful layers and beautiful size. Now, this one happens to have 7 instead of the 8, which is funny because I just said usually she never has less than 8. I think this might be the first one. But again, considering the size, you couldn't get more bang for the buck. Because again, look at how large this is. And this will also complement her nesting circle die set. We have both the scallops in the Diamond Die store and also the nesting circles. And her nesting circle set, I believe, is one of the top selling nesting die sets because there's actually, I think in total there's either 18 or 20 circles. Yeah, it's crazy. It's a lot. It's a lot. So, and this will complement those scalloped circles, oh, so beautifully. Then we have 3 new flower die sets, and I'm going to share with you. I am in love. You know how I am about my flower dies, guys. And I am going to say it, I don't care. Diamond Dies has the best flower dies out there in the market. Take it from me, please. If you believe nothing else that I say, their flower dies are phenomenal. I love them immensely. I'm telling you, since I've been playing with the Diamond Die flower dies, I no longer purchase flowers. And if you guys have been following my channel, you will know I speak the truth. You cannot show me a video anywhere where I've purchased any flowers. The only flowers that I will purchase on occasion when I run out are the little 10mm roses, and like I said before in my videos, only because I can't make them for myself because my hands have just gotten a little too they're just a little too bad for the fine detail and the small detail work. Yeah, I just can't anymore. So these are called the Diamond Dies Daisies flower set. These daisies are beautiful, and if you would like to see how the daisies cut out, I've cut some here for you, and I've already started playing with them. And this is what they look like. This is one just cut out. And all I did was play with my stylus. You will definitely need some styluses to give some more added dimension. I happen to have the McGill. And I just distressed the edges with Fossilized Amber Distress Ink by Tim Holtz. And I did cut it out of yellow cardstock. And look, now this is just one that I kind of played with the stylus. And you do need a flower mat. And then these are the ones that I did. I didn't distress them with any ink, but I did put a little pearl center. And this is just the one layer. Now, I'd like to share with you also what they look like when you put several layers together. And isn't that a beautiful flower? And this one is with the daisy die. I am so in love with this flower. OMG. Pretty, pretty. And this is just a larger version of the smaller one I just shared with you. So that's the daisy flower set. And that's what that looks like. And again, please forgive my hands. I am having a lot of hard times with them of late. And I'm trying to do the best that I can. Picking these things up. Next, we have another one that I am madly in love with. This one is called Wildflowers. These are Diamond Die Wildflowers. And with this set, you get 6 of the dies. This set has 5. And again, I have been playing with them already, so please forgive that little smudge I have inside, because I did dirty them up a little bit. The sticky tape kind of... Yeah, I'm going to blame it on the tape. It does still drive me crazy, though. There we go. I was inking a few of them for a project that I made, and I did get them turning. So that is the Wildflower set. And again, there's 5 dice there. And these are the wildflowers that I made using that set. And I want to share all the little different layers and looks. And that's another thing I really, really love about the dies, the flower dies. You can create a gazillion different looks using these dies. Now, I've just done several here just to give you an idea, but you can mix and match them with other flower sets. You can make them big, you can make them small. And the possibilities are just crazy. So this is one of the larger ones that I made. And this one I combined the larger dies with the smaller dies. And again, using my stylus and my flower mat, that's what I made with several layers. This one is just 2 of the same sizes layered together, and that's what that one looks like. For this one, I also used 2 of the same size, but I manipulated the flower to go in the opposite way. This one's going up. The other one that I created is kind of going down. So I manipulated the flowers to kind of go down with my stylus. And that's what I mean by going the opposite way down. I used the stylus on the reverse side. With this one, I just used the stylus on the top side. And I think these just make beautiful little flowers, especially if you did like several layers of different colors. I think that's going to look awesome. And here's the single layer going up. This is the single layer going down. You can use just single layers, you can use multiple layers, or you can just use 2 of the same layers. All will give you beautiful different effects. So that is that one. And then, of course, we have the one that I just love the name. This one is called the Fairy Flower Set. Diamond Dies Fairy Flower Set. Yes, Fairy Flowers. I just love the name. And I think these are going to become my new favorites as well. Although I'm so loving these daisies. And this is what the fairy flower looks like when it's cut apart by itself. That's what it looks like. And this is what it looks like out of colored cardstock. Please forgive the glue string. I know there's a little glue string there. And all I did with this one is just plain, I just cut it out and I just put a little flat back pearl on it. I wanted to leave it plain. And this is what it looks like when you have several of the layers all together. Now for this particular flower, I used all 4 layers that came in the package. And this is what it looks like. And this I did out of white cardstock. And I just took some tumbled glass distressings. Excuse me. And I distressed the edges. As you can see, it gives us such a beautiful, beautiful soft color. And then I added a little flat back pearl to the center. And then this particular one, which I did in pink, I did the largest in the set and then the smallest. And then I added a flat back pearl. And again, played with my stylus. Now these leaves, or rather this flower, I manipulated the flowers to go inside. I took the same 2 dies, and instead of doing it inside, I did outside. And I wanted you to see the difference that can make in the way the flowers appear. The darker pink, I just manipulated the flowers using my stylus on the outside. For the lighter pink, for this effect, I manipulated the flower petals on the inside. So just by doing that, I created 2 different flowers. So that's the fairy flower set. And I think they're so beautiful. These are going to make great shabby looking flowers for those shabby chic lovers out there. And that's another thing. If you know me, you've been on my channel before, you know I am an avid die lover. One of the things that I love about the dies and working with dies is, like I said, these flowers are great for shabby flowers, but because we have the dies, we can make them shabby, we can make them vintage, we can make them retro, we can do them brights and pretties. And that's one thing I love about the dies. You can make them any style you want, because depending on what color paper you used, what kind of design paper, what kind of inks, and how you want to play with it, you can make them pretty much to look like anything you want. This I've been waiting for forever. We have a new nesting set as well, and I forgot about this one. This one is called the DIemond DIes Nesting Flower Pots die set. The flower pots, OMG, and now with Mother's Day right around the corner, can you guys believe it? Now, what I love, again, leave it to Dee to use that 5.5 all the way, which she did with this set. So this makes for a really, really, really large die. You can take this die and use it for a mini album. You don't even have to use it for what it's, you know, that one purpose. It's going to be a great card maker. It's going to be great for mini albums. It's going to be great for layouts. OMG, just endless possibilities. And I love the fact that with this nesting set, we're going to get 5 different shapes. Oh, I just love this. I am so in love with this, and wait till you see what I did with that. I am so excited. I can't wait to play with this some more. And these 2 next, I think, are my favorite of all things that she released this with this release. These are my top 2 favorites. I can't stop playing with them. And just so that you can see, I had my daughter help me because my hands were pretty bad, and she pre-cut, you know, with me telling her, sitting there and showing her what to do. We pre-cut quite a few teddies. I have quite a few projects that I have to do, and quite a few monkeys. And you're probably saying, Laura, what the heck are you talking about? You didn't share with us yet what that looks like. Now again, I've already used these, so please forgive the smudges on the packaging. I just wanted to share them with you in the packaging. This one is called the DIemond DIes Teddy Bear building die set. And it's basically a Build-A-Bear in dies. Yes, I know, right? It's so cute. It doesn't look like it, but you're going to see it is. Love this. Now, I did write on my dies. Didn't last very long either. It already came off. And I did get a few smudges on my packaging. Like I said, I was so excited about this die set. I just wanted to hurry up and play with it. This is the bear set. It is a building set. Again, one of the things I love about what Dee did with this, you don't have to cut them apart. There's no snips and no pieces hanging off that can cut your fingers and cut you, which has happened to me several times, even with my snips. Yeah, I'm not the sharpest little tack in the wall, and I have poked myself with the other dies that you have to cut apart. So I did learn how to cut them out properly. I am just so grateful that with these dies, I don't have to do that. And there are quite a few pieces. I am going to do several tutorials on how to put these together for you guys. But I wanted to share with you what that looks like before I did that, because I have to work on several several family members of mine had babies within the last 2 months. And these are going to make great birth announcements or congrats cards for a baby, which I have to do. That's probably going to be my next project sharing that card with you. So this is my first go. And I see I got a little bit of glue on her foot. This was my first go at it, guys, with the little bear die, and I am so in love. I will say this, when you're going to create your bear, the shadowing with the ink gives it so much definition. So a little tip, if you want to distress the edges, all the little pieces, I did, except for the eyes, the nose, and the little black pieces of the feet. Everything else I distressed with Vintage Photo, and I have to say it really does add a lot of depth and definition to these little cut aparts. The other thing that adds a lot is the white gel pen, and I have this one here that I use. It's the Jelly Roll by Sakura, and this is what I used on my projects, and it worked just fine for me. And again, my daughters have been grabbing this. I've been grabbing this. I can't seem to put it down. I love it so much. And so Little Bear has, he got a little worn, but can you see how beautiful? I was so excited. I was like a little girl playing with paper dolls. I just sat there cutting, and putting together. And then I put one together, and I got so excited I wanted to do a whole bunch more. But then my hands got a little bad, and I wasn't able to make any more except for this one. But today I am feeling great, and I'm going to go and put a few more of these together for some layouts that I want to do in some cards. So this is the little bear. That's what she looks like. This one I actually made into a boy. And I'll share with you the difference between boy and girl later. Oh, also, one of the things that I thought was really cute, bought these little acrylic bows quite some time. And look at that. Ah, isn't that cute? Put a little bow there. If it was a little girl, I have these little tiny bows. And you can just put these little tiny pink ones in her hair. Look, one on each side. And I have a little girl. Look at how cute. So, yeah, you can put ribbons on them. You can put a little string of balloons over here and make it a birthday bear for maybe a baby's first birthday. You could decorate all the goodie bags for a first birthday party. There's just a million. Maybe for a baby shower. You could have a little rattle or baby bottle in the little hand, which is what I did. I'm giving my next project away, I know. So that's the bear. Love, love, love it. Then the next die set is this one. And please do not let the amount of dies in this package scare you, because once you start putting them together, you're going to realize how quickly it comes together, how much fun it is. It just takes a little bit of patience, some glue, and some ink. This one's called a Monkey Buildable Bear Set. Oh, I left this from the other project that I was doing. Now with this set, you do have the option of using 2 different noses depending on which one you like. You have this nose, which is the monkey nose that I used, that I'm going to share with you. And then you have this nose here, which this one is similar to the one that the little bear has. So when you buy your packaging, you do have the option of using either nose, because they're available for you. Love, love, love this set. Love it. I am so ecstatic to have this little critter. I loved him the most. He was super easy. Well, let me share him with you first. Can you see my monkey man? Ah! And it's funny because my eldest son, when he was a little guy, 2 or 3 years old, first it was him and then it was his brother. I used to call them that when they were little. I used to tell them, "Come here, little monkey. Come here, my little monkey man." And when I saw the monkey, I said to myself, I definitely have to do a project with a picture of my son when he was little and this little monkey. So I'm going to go fish for a picture of him when he was about taller, because that's when I used to call him my little monkey man, and his brother as well. So another song that they used to love when they were little is the little monkeys jumping on the bed. Yeah, so that's probably going to be another project that I'm going to want to do. And I love the fact that this die comes with a banana. And as you can see, I cut the banana out of yellow cardstock, and then I distressed it with a fossilized amber. I added with a black pen, I just colored the tip of the banana black over here and over here, and then I added the little black spots, because that's the way my mom used to tell me that you could tell that the bananas were ripe when I was little. You have to have the little black dots. She likes them with the little black dots. Me, not so much. I don't like my bananas too ripe. A little ripe, yes, but not too ripe. And I just did that kind of just to give it a little bit more dimension. Love, love, love the eyes and the monkey. Again, I distressed the entire monkey with the Tim Holtz Distress inks. I think I used a vintage photo. I think it gives it so much definition when you do that. It really adds so much to it. I am just super, super excited about these cut aparts. Also, when you purchase these die sets, if you want to see or get an idea of what they look like, you know, already built up together, you can go to the website, the DIemond DIes website, and underneath each die there's a little example of what the die should look like, which is what I used it for. That's how I put my little bear and monkey together. I used the one that Dee has posted on the website as a guide for how to build my 2 little animals. So guys, those are all the new dies that were just released a few days ago. I just got my package a couple of days ago, about 4 or 5 days ago. They're already available at the site. The site has been updated, so you want to go over and check out that site. Also, like I mentioned before, if you use my coupon code, thanks Laura, you'll receive an additional 10% off your order. I did post on my Facebook page there was a sale going on about a week and a half ago, 2 weeks ago. I am sorry I couldn't post anything a bit sooner so that you guys could catch the sales on YouTube, but I did post it on my Facebook page. I hope you guys did see that. If you want to friend me on Facebook so that you can get my updates for the sales from DIemond DIes as well, I believe I have a link in the description box below for my Facebook page. Now, let me share with you my very first project that I made using the new dies. I needed a new sign. I thought it was time to make myself a new Diamond Dies DT sign. And I decided to use more current dies that Diamond Dies is now carrying. The first sign I had, which was this one, I had used all the older dies. And yeah, it's pretty tattered. It's pretty beat up. It's time for a new sign. And I was inspired by the new dies. I was a little sad that I didn't get to play with the bunny dies that were released a few weeks ago as well. About 2 months, no, more than a few weeks ago, but about 2 months ago from Diamond Dies. And I did not have the opportunity to play with those dies too much. So I decided to incorporate the 2 last die releases to create this sign. I sure hope you like it. And let me share with you real quick what you see here. Of course, I have my DIemondDies.com logo, which I cut out using some of my Lawn Fawn Alpha dies. And then, I don't know if you can tell what these are, but these are the Cherry Blossom dies from Diamond Dies. And that's what this looks like here. This is the Cherry Blossom branch. And these are the Cherry Blossom flowers. These 2 dies right here, that's what I use to create these branches. I also use my Diamond Dies Leaves Medley die set to create all these different size leaves. I don't know if you can see that. I have some of them cut out of plain cardstock, and then I have some cut out of glitter cardstock. Here are the Diamond Dies Clouds Trio. Love this cloud set, and I put several of the clouds. I distressed it with tumble glass as well. The outside of the design paper that I use, I distressed with vintage photo. And then here I have these the swirls, and these were released right before the latest release. And I don't know if you can see that, but on the little buds, the little flower buds, I used my liquid perfect pearls. I mean, the liquid pearls. I always say perfect pearls. The liquid pearls. And if you don't know what liquid pearls are, oh, you have to get some of those. And this is what I used. Liquid pearls. I just love the colors that they offer now. I also love that there are dimensional when they dry. And so what I did was I took a few of the Budding Flourish die, which is this one right here. Let me share with you what that looks like. The die itself. This is one of the newer dies from Diamond Dies. It's called the Budding Flourish die, and it's such a beautiful, beautiful swirl. And that's what I have here, 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 here. I sure hope I'm in frame, because I can't see over here as well. And then the little flower buds are the ones that I colored in using the liquid pearls. I have the bunnies in the background. And let me tell you what inspired this. I don't know if you guys ever heard. I read a book when I was about 16, 17 years old. It was a long time ago. It's actually one of the first, I'm going to say it was the first novel that I ever read. My mother gave it to me when I was 16, and I used to hate reading. I did. I was bad in school when it came to reading. I just wouldn't read anything. I refused to read. And the way my mom made me interested in reading was the first book she ever gave me was Watership Down. It was a story about rabbits. I fell in love with this book. Matter of fact, I should try to get this book again and give it to my daughters to read. Anyways, they did make an animated movie of it, in case you guys are interested in it. I believe the author, I'm not absolutely sure, might have been Richard Adams. Anyways, the book Watership Down is what inspired this when I saw the flower pot die set. I wanted to do something with bunnies and a garden and flower pots and flowers. And so I cut out 3 bunnies, and I cut out all these different flower pots. I cut 2 of each so that I would be able to make them dimensional, so that I can have 1 layer for the lid and 1 layer for the pot. Some of them I cut out of different colors, but was more matchy-matchy. Some of them I used the same exact colored cardstock. Some of them I added liquid pearls to some of the edges of the flower pots. Here I have a diamond die heart die cut. And here is where I have all the flowers. I used the newer daisy flowers and the wild flowers. I have some of my older flowers from my mini must-haves as well. Here and here. And then I used the Diamond Dies grass border die for the bottom. And I did distress it with Vintage Photo and Mode Lawn Distressings by Tim Holtz. And I am really happy with my new sign. Again, for those of you who are avid readers, if you like books, stories about bunny rabbits, or if you want to read something interesting about bunny rabbits, that book, Watership Down, OMG. And through that book, I have now become a lover of reading. I love to read now. I read at least 1 book a month, or 1 book every other month. Matter of fact, I just received 3 new books in the mail. And yeah, that's what inspired this little sign, was the bunnies. So I don't know if it looks like the bunnies eating the flowers, but that's what it was supposed to look like. It was supposed to look like all these little flourishes you used to have, and these little flower pots used to have tons of flowers, and then the bunnies came in the garden and are just eating all the delicious little flowers while the person who owns this garden is away and playing. And basically that scene also came from the book. So yeah, that's enough of me and my chit chat. I know this is a really long video, but I sure hope that you enjoyed not only my project, but all the flowers and the little teddy and the monkey that I created, or rather that I put together to share with you, so that you guys can see them in case you did want to purchase any of these beautiful, beautiful dies and create some of your own beautiful flowers, create some beautiful layouts, combine other dies. And that's another thing I love about dies, that you can recreate them, you can use them with other things. I just love them. I just love them. And I hope you have the chance and the opportunity to go over to the Diamond Dies store. Like I said, they have a they have an updated store now. She did a few changes in her store. And another thing is that Diamond Die dies are steel dies that are made here in the USA. And we want to try to support our friends who are making things here for us to enjoy. And also, especially for someone like Dee, you know, I just love a woman who is taking care of herself and her family and starting her own business. And I just admire her so much for all the hard work that she does, because this woman works so hard with her company and her dies. So Dee, thank you for another wonderful and beautiful release of dies. Those build sets, oh my God, and the cross-stitch nesting sets. I am just a happy person right now. Certainly got me out of my mojo stink, for sure. So I'm going to go play. I'm going to go be happy today with my new dies. I hope you go and play too. And if you do decide to purchase some dies and you create some wonderful projects, please share them with us. Go on over to the Facebook page, post some of those pics, and you too might win a $10 gift certificate for future dies at the DIemond Die store. Because D, if you post a picture of any project you make and you let her know it's a new project and you share it on Facebook, at the end of the month she picks a winner of all those postings, and that winner gets a $10 gift certificate. And we also have a secret card swap. So go on over to the Facebook. I have the links and everything below in my description box. Again, if you have any questions or comments, please leave them in the comments below or email me. My email is also in the description box. Or leave me a message on Facebook, and I will get back to you as soon as I can. Have a blessed day, everyone. I hope you enjoyed.